Hallo YouTube, herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Part von Divinity Original Sin 1. Oh, Katze, hallo. Unsinkbarer Sam.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Wer seid ihr?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Okay. Ihr wart der einzige Überlebende?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind. And in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
Okay. Erzählt mir etwas über das Schiff, auf dem ihr mitgefahren seid.
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
Ja, was Maxine angeht.
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
Na dann, ich möchte euch noch was anderes fragen.
By all means.
Was ist eure Meinung zu den Untoten?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Und was könnt ihr mir über die Orks erzählen?
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
Ich bin dann mal weg.
Leave me be, you old slut.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to a... Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
Hallo?
I am a duke, you potato-eating peasant.
Hey, ja?
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Ja, erzähl mal was über dich, du.
I am the Duke of Ferrell.
Huh?
Though I
I'm the
suppose
Duke.
my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Was wisst ihr über den Mord an Jake?
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm.
Okay, und wo ist die Dame, die ihr Kartoffelfresser genannt habt?
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
Okay, wer sagt ihr? Seid ihr noch einmal? Er kommt mir nicht aus der Akademie bekannt vor.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do.
Okay.
Mörder is the name. Retired, or so the order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Ich habe nichts davon gehört, dass andere Quellenjäger nach Silsil geschickt wurden. Was macht ihr hier?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Ein Dorf wurde von Orks angegriffen. Wie konntet ihr entkommen?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands.
Wie lautet euer nächster Angriffsplan?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now, but perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Welche Hinweise auf die Quelle habt ihr bisher in Silsil gefunden?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thaleron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Erzählt mir vom Bürgermeister Cecil.
Now don't get me wrong, I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law. I suspect an illegal source, artifact, or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Sicil, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Erzählt mir von der Katzenplage.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
Okay, erzählt mir von Thaleron.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What biz? Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
Das ist also euer Vorschlag. Ihr helft uns hier in Silsil und danach helfen wir euch dabei, euer Heimatdorf zurückzuerobern.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now, and the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's
Ein fantastischer Plan. Wenn 3 Quellenjäger zusammenarbeiten, werden wir all den bösen Kräften Einhalt gebieten, die dieses schöne Land noch fest im Griff haben.
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
Mit einer weiteren Quellenjägerin in der Truppe sind wir noch besser gegen diese gottlose Magie gewappnet. Willkommen an Bord, Mörder.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Okay, wer bist du?
A source hunter. I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
Ihr arbeitet hier also als Bedienung?
Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest.
Wart ihr an den Abend hier, als Jack ermordet wurde?
I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open, but I was paralyzed with fright.
Okay.
To ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Alistair.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time.
Es tut mir leid, ich kenne euch nicht.
What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alistair the Almighty? Why, I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the Distis. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly. 3 years running.
Was wisst ihr über die Untoten?
Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose I'll step in if none of the recruits manage to prove adept enough to handle a few skeletons.
Erzählt mir über die Fantastischen 5.
Your interest is piqued, I see. I'd suggest you have a chat with Mendius outside.
Nee, danke.
He's in charge of recruitment and other such drudgery. A word of warning, though, we only accept the best and the brightest. By the looks of you, I'm not sure you'll make the cut.
Gott sei Dank. Novak.
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Okay, wer bist denn du?
How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business, and anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already.
Könnt ihr mir etwas über die Fantastischen 5 erzählen?
Can I tell you? I suppose I can, and I could. But why would I turn my attention away from this whiskey when Mendius right outside is simply panting with excitement about the whole affair?
Okay, dann nicht.
Zimbladorix! That! Ha! Quite under my spell, aren't you? Yes, my enfriending charm never fails.
Ja, erzähl mal was von dir.
Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you
must live under a very large, very heavy rock, for I'm the finest wizard in Rivellon.
Seltsam. Ich selbst habe noch nie von euch gehört.
Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But it's a strange world we live in, isn't it? A strange and magical world, full of wonders and regionis regentum.
Und wozu sollte das gut sein?
Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed. If I'm as good as they say I am, you'll have sprouted a pair of long purple ears in the next hour. Ah, how I do love a tasty aubergine in summertime.
Hallo?
Greetings, traveler. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
Welche Offenbarung meint ihr genau?
You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost.
Mhm.
Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift. The gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye.
Erzählt mir mehr über diese Mittlerin.
She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
Was meint ihr mit dem einen Weg?
For this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed. There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way.
Erzählt mir von euch.
What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring.
Okay, ich bin mal weg.
Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
He says he's an immaculate. But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the Source King.
Immaculate. Haven't heard of their kind, but I don't like the sound of them.
Wir gehen mal hoch. Hallo, Tachchen. Scheretz.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace.
Ich nehme mal an, ihr seid eine fahrende Händlerin.
That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road traveling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't, for you and for me, because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares.
Ja, da sprechen wir mal über die Waren, ne?
Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
Oh, schön. Adrenalin, ich habe kein Geld. Zuckung geeignetes Weins. Schatten gehen, zerreißen. Großer Blutung, Nitschaden. Wahrscheinlichkeit für 3 Runden den Status hervorzurufen. Beschleunigung. Stolpern. Papierberührung, Verwünschung, Resistenz verringern. Ist ein Ziel verwesen, damit es nicht mehr durch Magie oder Zaubertränke geheilt werden kann, sondern stattdessen Schaden erleidet. Erfolgsstufe 3. Ja, wir sind ja bald Stufe 3. Gekauft. Seuchengranate. Hier ist so ein Fisch. Oh, ich soll das Essen nicht verschenken, du mir an. Rauchwand, Pfeilspitze. Ach, gib weg. Feuerpfeilspitze. Lunte. Können sie auch haben. Leeres Tankfläschchen. Kann ich denn... Wir machen mal was eben hier. So. Gefeile gebe ich doch mal an Berdottra. Feuerpfeile gebe ich auch. Nee, ich bin ja auch Fernkämpfer. Also. Gibt Wolkenpfeilspitze. Das gebe ich an Berdottra. Und... Okay. Gib das mal an die Chefin, ja? Danke. Das gibt auch mal an die Chefin. Kombinieren mit... Okay. Gut. Aber was wäre damit? Weiß ich nicht. So, was hast du in der Tasche? Lebensregeneration. Und deinen Bogen und das. Und du? Ich wollte aber Ausrüstung gucken. Ui. Okay. Nimm doch deinen Bogen wieder. Fürs Erste. Okay. Ich würde gerne noch mal mit ihr reden.
gratifying to see you return. You have seen them upon Sean perhaps.
Wir sind in der Tat Quellenjäger. Nein. Ihr solltet vorsichtiger sein, gnädige Frau. Ich bin ein Jäger, aber wie es der Zufall so will, bin ich kein Fanatiker. Ich wollte eigentlich noch mal
You should be
handeln.
more careful, madam. I am a hunter, but as luck would have it, I am not a zealot.
Ich rate euch nicht, euren Zuneigungen nachzugeben. Andere Jäger sind vielleicht nicht so
And
nachsichtig.
neither am I. Be advised, though, not to give in to your inclinations. Other
Gods have mercy. I talked openly about sorcery in front of a source hunter. What a fool I am. Thank you, oh compassionate soul that you are, to treat me so leniently. I never have and never will really dabble in sorcery. On that you have my word. On my life, I swear it.
Okay.
No need to worry, source hunter dearest. You'll find no sorcery here. Only honest to God's witchcraft.
Okay.
That I am. I have spent more of my life on a... You wouldn't believe.
Ich konnte nur einmal, das ist ja... Mäh. Wer bist du?
Bloody undead. Remember above all to stay behind the wall, we tell our children. Now you heed them words, Source Hunter.
Da ist keiner drin. Nee, stehen will ich eigentlich nicht. Gut. Oh. Sehr schön.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Na toll. Schlüssel?
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Was zu essen? Sieht ja niemand. Da, wo niemand sieht, kann man es ja mal machen. Idioten. Ja, alles schleppe ich jetzt nicht mit.
Rawr! That is, how can I help you, my friend?
Ich wollte nur...
Folks say it was Esmeralda who killed Councillor Jake, but I didn't see her here the night of the murder. Then again, she might have just gotten a new pair of shoes.
Ah, okay. Die Ratte hat uns einen kleinen Wink gegeben. Dafür klaue ich jetzt ein Brot. Oh, Schweinebraten. Nehmen. Wie gesagt, nur ein bisschen.
Folks say it was Esmeralda.
Okay. Und was sagst du?
This will is disgusting. The folks in Hunter's Edge make the best whiskey in Rivellon.
Okay.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've
Wer
become.
redet da? Oh. Okay, wir brauchen so eine Lupe. Eine Lupe brauchen wir. Ich will das Wasser nicht stehlen. Okay. Oh, das nehmen wir noch mit. Wir brauchen eine Lupe. Yes!
Only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Halt die Klappe, ich habe eine Lupe. So. Benutzen. Irgendwas macht zum das hier. Objekt identifiziert. Wasserzauberstab des Arztes. Spezial. Eissplitter. Ja. +3 aufgrund von Stufenunterschied. Okay. Ich glaube, wir gehen dann mal. Genug geklaut. Habe ich kein Heilungsdingen? Hallo.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
Ja, ich habe die Erlaubnis von Aureus. Lass mich rein.
Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest magical murder scene. Enjoy.
Oh. Ist ich jetzt kaputt? Schreck mich doch nicht so. Ich war gerade happy, ich habe mich im Blut gewälzt.
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone, somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Okay. Hallo.
By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious.
Wer seid ihr und wie seid ihr hierher gekommen?
Oh, yes. Proper introductions. Zigzax the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is and hopefully all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though, that's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow.
Wieso schrumpft dieser Ort, wie ihr meintet?
At last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have.
Okay.
Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened.
Wie kann die Zeit ein Ende haben?
Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
I think that imp may be quite mad.
Then we had better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
Gucken wir mal. Was ist das denn? Ein Drache mit gelöcherten Flügeln? Okay.
You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's the portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more! It cannot be coincidence.
Können wir zuerst darüber reden, was wir gerade durch euer Teleskop gesehen haben?
Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well.
Ihr glaubt, wir sind irgendwie verbunden mit diesem Ort?
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one.
Was liegt jenseits dieses Portals?
Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered.
Okay.
In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain.
Ja, dann auf durch das Portal.
After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side. You first, but don't dilly-dally.
Nothing but rubbish.
Okay, sorry. Ja, ihr Lieben, auch nicht mal in diesem Part. Part geht's nicht mal dahin. Ich bedanke mich recht herzlichst fürs Zusehen. Daumen hoch, Kommentare, Tipps und Tricks, immer würde ich mich sehr darüber freuen. Und im nächsten Part geht's dann weiter. Bis dahin, adios.